Hello guys, welcome back to Sacred Sanctuary. I hope that you are ready for some real big messes, some decluttering, some whole house cleaning, so many fun things to do today. This right here is our family room that I've already cleaned on a video and already taking out a saw and that shop vac and so many things, and it somehow just seems to be the room that we need to do this too often. It thankfully was not as bad this time, but feel free to go back and take a look at that video if you want some more fun cleaning motivation, really big messes. Yeah. So we, yes, have a kayak in our family room. That when we have the tiniest little farmhouse. And unfortunately, storage is very, very non-existent. We don't have a garage or a shed or someplace like that where you would typically put things like a kayak. But my husband has wanted a kayak for his whole life. So I'm so glad that we finally got one. So this is our temporary solution. It is staying there. But let's get rid of all of the other mess. My daughter loves to make bracelets, make some pretty cute ones. And this was just the aftermath of her mess. And yes, I do make my kids clean up their messes 99% of the time, but every once in a while I will jump in, I will help out. I know someone is going to comment and say, hey, why don't your kids clean up their own mess? They do. They really do. My husband cleans up his messes. We all tend to help out. I also wanted to bring up, kind of as we watch this, a little bit of a transition moment. I don't know if any of you ever followed me. I hadn't done very many videos for years, but for a while, my business, my life has been focused on health coaching. I'm very into health and wellness. I am a certified holistic health coach. I love helping, especially women with hormone imbalances like PCOS, to get through life basically and to make the most healthy decisions that they can so they can live the best life. But that's been more than 10 years that I've been doing that. My interests have shifted. I'm only coaching just very few people at this point. And I do have another daytime job. I work at home. I do coaching on the side. And then I love to do cleaning and watch cleaning videos on YouTube. And so here I am. I figured if I can be more motivated by filming myself and making little videos, it's kind of fun. Why not give it a try? So here we are. My sister had taken that little fireplace. It's a space heater. My daughter had taken that little fireplace and scooted over by the green chair. She was cold one day and decided to do that. I don't know. And then have been decluttering some things in her room that she just put there. Another reason that you don't see my kids doing these things is I am choosing not to include them in my videos. So there will be cases where I will start projects and they will finish it and you won't get to see the end, like actually later on in this video. But again, they do help out quite a bit. So this room, I really love having this room. It's not decorated in the most pretty way. It's in our basement. It's a family room. It is the best place for teenagers to come and hang out and just be chill. I don't worry about them breaking anything down here or messing up the furniture, and they can just relax and entertain themselves. That wood cleaner I use to clean off the coffee table is the Method wood cleaner. I really, really enjoy it. I'm going to link that below. The other strange thing you see there, that little treadmill, is actually a dog treadmill. There I am trying to figure out how to move it around and get around it, but gave up a little bit. But yes, we have a half husky, half Norwegian elk hound. She's extremely active and sweet and cute, and we're all obsessed with her. But she has to have big, long walks every single day. Her breeds are working breeds. And with dogs like that, if you don't give them a job to do to burn that energy, they find a job, and it's not going to be the job you want them to do. She's never destroyed anything in our house. We've always been really good at just keeping her active and busy. But a treadmill like that is a great way to get the dogs moving. And it's actually been kind of fun. There you have it. Cleaned up family room. This felt and looked so overwhelming to me, but it always surprises me how if I just dive in, it really doesn't take long, and then it feels so good. Ready for the next teenager party. Okay, this is my 17-year-old's bedroom. I try to let my kids have their own space, keep it how they want. They decorate it how they want. They put blankets over the windows if the light's too bright, and all those things. I just kind of let them do it. But every once in a while, I will hop in once it gets, just like I feel overwhelmed when a room looks so cluttered. They feel overwhelmed too, and they don't know where to start. So if I'll give them a little bit of help from time to time, they can keep up on the room for a lot longer in between. So this is me. It's been a few months since I had done this for her. So I just quickly threw her sheets and some of her clothes in the wash, and then we're just going to tidy up as quickly as we can. And I will tell you, some people would think that this is an invasion of privacy. Do your kids actually want you in their bedroom going through their things? Every time I do this for my kids, they appreciate it so much. I've never had them complain. I don't throw away anything if I even have a little question that they, if I'm not sure if they want it or not, I will keep it. I only throw away the very obvious things. And I will often leave them piles of things for them to go through to figure out if they want to keep it, to put away things that they do want to keep and throw away the things that they don't. And that just works out really well for us. So I would actually like to hear from you. How do you work it with your kids? My kids are teenagers. I did this a whole lot more when they were young because they just weren't ready to handle the responsibility. But how does it work in your family with your kids? Do you find yourself cleaning their room for them? Do you make them do it all by themselves? I know each family is going to be totally different, and what works for one family won't for another, but I'm so curious. I'd love to know how it works in your family. Once again, it always impresses me how much just getting started, that's the hardest part. I looked at this room, I thought about doing this for her for weeks before I actually did. It's so much harder to get started than to get in there and do it. I only had a short period of time to spend in this room, and it really didn't take long to make a big difference. And the feeling in the room is so different when there is space, and the kids feel it too. Typically, they wash their own laundry, they fold their own laundry, they put it away all by themselves. I don't usually get involved, but every once in a while, again, I will step in, especially a situation like this where she just had a big pile on the floor. She has a basket for that, but I think it was full of clean clothes or something. I don't know. She wasn't using the basket. And it just makes such a huge difference. If you have a room like this where you are just so overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, Picking up all the dirty laundry and putting it in the washer like right away makes a huge difference. I always start with laundry, get that out of the way, either into a basket or, better if you can just wash it right away and get it put away. Clean sheets always make a room feel good. But, I always start with laundry, get that up off the floor, and then garbage is number 2. There's always a garbage bag. And if I can go through and pick that up, it takes so much out of your field of vision. Clears it up enough that it's not so overwhelming. Her bed is actually an antique wrought iron bed that I bought with my own money from my first job when I was 17. And I loved antique things, and I loved, just the old style. I just thought it was the prettiest bed ever. So it's so fun for me to see my now 17-year-old using the same bed. And she has a billion blankets, and I don't know how she likes them, so I just put them there and she can fix them herself later. This daughter is very creative and crafty and has a bunch of fabric that she has all these plans for. So there I am, just folding it up and neatly putting it in the bin. She adores books. She reads so much. She draws. She also, interestingly, plays the bagpipes. So that's a fun fact about her. The creative chaos, the chaos that can come with the creativity sometimes gets her, but that's why I'm willing to step in and help. I just love watching her be creative and do her things, and then when it gets to be just a little overwhelming, just if I can step in and help out, that's great. This is going to end rather abruptly, and there are no after pictures. Sorry guys, I left the desk for her to finish. I didn't get back to it in time. Like I said, I only had a short period of time, so that's all you got. But here is the before of my nighttime closing shift routine. So you've probably heard this before from many other people. Lots of people do what they call a closing shift, or putting the house to bed, or whatever you want to call it. I love both those analogies. But the idea is that, when you work in a restaurant, or, I used to work in a retail store, the closing shift, the last people to work there, were in charge of cleaning it up and making it ready for the next day. And this is what I try to do every night in the 2 main areas of our house. So this living room is the room that gets by far the most use in the house. The most traffic, everyone's in and out of there all the time. There's so much stuff all the time. So every night I try to clear off all the surfaces, fold up the blankets, fluff the pillows. I don't do the pillow karate chop, sorry guys. But all the things so that it's nice and tidy and ready for the next day. And then the dishes, we need to do a kitchen clean because we tend to use the same dishes every single day. So if I wash them all at night, breakfast goes way more, it's just smooth, like we don't have to worry about, I need the blender for my smoothie and it's dirty, what do I do? It's just doing this little bit of clean in the evening makes a big difference. The nice thing about it is, my husband hates to be on camera. I don't want my kids on camera. On YouTube, so here I am doing it alone, and sometimes it's kind of nice to do it alone, really. Here's the finished living room, all done, backpack's ready for school in the morning, all set, nice and clean. But, so what I was saying, the nice thing is you can totally get your kids, your husband, whoever lives in your house with you, involved, and I like to start, if I can, right after dinner, It's going to depend on the day and the schedule and all those things. But right after dinner, if everyone will just put their plate in the dishwasher, pick up a couple of things, it really does not have to be a time-consuming thing. It can be very quick. And nothing feels so as good as going to bed with a nice clean kitchen, the dishwasher's running. It just is awesome. You can't see it very well here, but one thing I like to use, we use cast iron pans. We love, 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 love our cast iron pans. And I use a chainmail scrubber to clean my cast iron pans. It works so well. I'll link it below. It's just a square of chainmail like you would use in armor in medieval time. I don't know. But it cleans up cast iron really, really well. So I'll link that below too. So my list for closing shift, what I try to do every single night is tidy up the living room. I wash all of the dishes. I wipe off all the countertops. That right there was a little refill on my multi-purpose cleaner that I just keep under the sink all the time. I use these little refills from Grove. Really like those. Tidy up the living room. Here's our little Roborock vacuum doing its thing. I keep losing my train of thought. I'm so sorry. Tidy up the living room. Wash all the dishes. Wipe off countertops. Some of our dishes we only hand wash, and then sometimes if the dishwasher is just packed, because we cook so much in our kitchen, we are very interested in health and unprocessed foods, and that means cooking a lot. We are an ingredients household. So sometimes we have a lot of dishes and it overflows the dishwasher, but really washing a sink full of dishes like this doesn't take all that long. And the dishwasher can handle the big bulk of it. So after I wash all the dishes, wipe off all the counters, I like to shine up my stove. I'll let you see that in just a minute. And then take out the garbage, and then make sure the floors are sorted. So I don't sweep or vacuum every single night, but these two rooms, again, get so much use that pretty much, and really our little robot vacuum runs every single night. That little guy is a lifesaver. We love him. Her. I don't know. It has a female voice. We haven't decided on a name yet, but we love that little vacuum just going about doing its business. And this is our stove. I like to just kind of wipe off any food that got on the grates. Do a quick, just cleaning up the chunks of food and all those bits. And then I use that multi-purpose cleaner and a microfiber cloth. There is something about a shiny stovetop that is just, it makes me so happy. I need to get just as vigilant about cleaning the inside of the stove. That's going to be a future video because it has been quite a while. It needs it, so that's coming. But for now, we just like the shiny stovetop. There goes our vacuum. I like to clean out the sink every night, and again, just start fresh. Make it shiny. Here is the finished rooms. It just feels, again, so good to go to bed with a shiny stove, the dishwasher running, that little vacuum cleaning up the last bit. Our morning is going to be so much better because I took a few minutes to do this at night. I hope this inspires you to do your own little closing shift, and I hope to see you in the next video. Please subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you soon.